Crafty people, this is Ellen with EGI Designs, and today we are going to make a sympathy card using the new Ruffled Blooms set, and this is from Gina Design. This is in the brand new Floral Fix card kit, and we're going to be using the embossing folder and the stencil set and the stamp set and the die set. So we're going to use all of the things. I was trying to think of order of operations. I think I'm going to stamp this, then emboss, then stencil, then cut, and then I think then maybe if we lose the embossing we can re-emboss, but I'm just trying to make sure everything we do is lined up correctly. This is a very big floral, which is pretty awesome. So first we can stamp this. I just have my Misti. And this just came in the mail today, so I was excited to play with it. And the embossing folder that goes with this is Gina K's first 3D embossing folder, so that's pretty exciting for her. And so just as if you're using a stamping tool, when you have a really big stamp like this, a lot of times air bubbles can get in between the door and the stamp. So one thing that you can do is you can kind of either roll the stamp onto here or kind of roll the door down, and then you can peek through the back and see if you have any air bubbles there, because if there's air bubbles in between, the image will not come out correctly. So I'm just going to give this a little rub. There's a brand new stamp. Alright, looks good. Okay, and so I'm going to grab the embossing folder and just line it up in here. I might have to cut the top there a little bit to fit. Yep. Alright, so I'm going to go do that and run it through my switch machine that's off to the side, and I will be right back. Alright, let's check it out. Ooh. I hope you can see that. That's what the back looks like. Look at it. Wow. That is gorgeous. Alright. I just have a Gina K sticky mat, and it comes with a cover. You just peel that off. And this is kind of like a Cricut mat, that kind of a low tack stick. Like, what are the words I'm saying? A low tack stick. Alright, let's see. So we have the stencil set. It is 5 stencils. And there are actually, I'm trying to see if I can get it. Oh, right there. There are outlines to help you know exactly where to line up. So that is awesome. Oh, my cat is snoring. Oh, Marley. She's so funny. She likes to sleep on the bed when I'm filming, and she just snores away. Alright, let's just line these up. My paper is a little, I didn't cut it down, so I am going to tape this. Because I don't want that to shift. Today I'm going to use the orchids. I haven't used those in a while. I usually like to use the lilacs, but so I have the light, medium, and dark orchids. We'll start with the light. I'm going to add a little to the center here. Oh, it looks so pretty already. Alright, I think I'll go over this again, but very light. I wasn't paying attention and I didn't realize that there was a completely open one. So you have a lot of layering options. For when you want to use the stencils, you could just use, if you only want to put one color, you could just use this stencil. Because then there's this one, which gives you the other leaves. So you could either have all the same color, or you could use the two that do the separate petals. So this one I'm going to go with the medium. Oh, wow. That is so pretty. Alright, so I'm gonna do, I think, the dark for the centers. Alright, for the stems, I'm going to use the medium. And I've got a Gina K detail brush, so I can get in that little spot better. Wow, that looks so pretty. Alright, then we have the leaf, the leaferes, and the centers. So these spots are big enough that we can do a little bit of shading and things like that. Alright, and I think I'm going to pull in, let me just grab my Wild Dandelion. For those centers. Alright, let's check it out. Ooh, look it. So when you want to take this off, you just bend it a little bit and it'll start to release, and then you can just peel that up. And then what you can do is just spray some water on. Use a paper towel or microfiber cloth or whatever you have. Just wipe it off, and then you want to put the cover back on so it'll protect it from dust and all that good stuff. Alright, so I have the die and I'm going to cut this out on my machine and I will be right back. Alright, so this is all cut out, and I did squish it, which is okay because we can run it right back through the embossing folder. And I wanted to show you, I don't know if you can see it, but like there's some areas where, like right there, this type of, when it cuts out the insides, it needs these bridges on the die. But sometimes, depending on the pressure in your die cut machine, it will leave imprints where these like kind of bridges are. And in this case, since we're using the embossing folder again, it will be totally fine because it will pop all these back up and it'll smooth out all of those little marks. So the fun thing is because we had used the embossing folder on this the first time, it still will catch a little bit and go into the right spot where it needs to be. And so I'm just going to run this through again through my die cut machine and I'll be right back. Alright, let's take this out. I just put a little bit of pixie tape on there. Okay. So yeah, it's gorgeous, and you can see all the dimension on there, and by embossing it again we were able to get rid of all those little bridges, so you would never see those on there, so that's awesome. So they're even gone on the back, so you can't even see them anymore. Alright, let me get some supplies together so we can finish up this card. Alright, I have some pieces together. I used a white panel with the Gina K Designs Gingham Embossing Folder, just to add a little detail to the back. And I have a card base. I will put all the measurements in the description box, but this is 5 by 6. So it's 10 by 6 and scored at 5. And I will put all the panels and everything, the measurements, in the description box. But the white piece is 4 5/8 by 5 5/8, and then the black panel is 4 7/8 by 5 7/8. So let's get this put together. And I did pull out, I have some Gina K Designs clear dewdrops, so we can put that. And I did stamp the Thinking of You, and I cut out a couple additional layers. I thought this might be a little tough to get foam tape behind, so we can put this behind to help pop that up. So let's just putting some of this together. Yeah, if that makes any sense. All right. Just use my tape runner on this one. The gingham isn't too popped up. And just put this on with an equal border. Okay, and then we can put this onto the card base. Okay, and then I had put Big Mama foam tape on the back of this. It was so embossed and uneven and puffed up, so that I thought that would be the best way to attach that. Okay, so look at how pretty that looks. So I want to do this Thinking of You, but it is going to go over this flower, which is popped up. So we need to glue these together, but then cut it off at about where the end is. So that way it should help it even out. Okay, so I'm just going to, if I could find my pen, I'm just gonna mark this here, and that's where I'm gonna cut it. So then when we put that on, that is even straight across, so you don't get any of those like weird dip things. Okay, that should be good. And then I'm just going to put glue on the whole thing. paint. Let's just grab a block. A mini Crafterland over there. Alright, so we'll get that setting up. Let's see. Yeah, I have all of my magnetic things, just all magnetic together. That's what that crash was. Oh, goodness. Alright. I think something like that would work. Alright, I scooched them around a little bit. Kind of made that more of a triangle shape and had these together down here. I just like the way that looked. So here we have our beautiful card making, using all of the new products with the ruffled blooms. So we had done the stamping, the embossing, the stenciling, the die cutting, the re-embossing, and then, you know, adding this to the Gingham embossing folder in the background for that, the thinking of you, that is also from the ruffled blooms, and then adding on the clear dewdrops. I think this is really sweet and turned out very beautiful, I think. So there we have it. And so I will list everything that I used today in the description box. I do have affiliate links. Come join me over on Facebook. I post cards, videos, and any crafty sales I come across. Come see me on Pinterest now, and I also have a new blog at egidesigns.com, so you can find me in any of those places if you're needing some inspiration or project ideas. If you're not already a subscriber, I would love it if you could hit that button, and I would love to have you in my crafty community. And until next time, like, subscribe, and all that jazz, and have an amazing day. Bye-bye. Here are a couple more videos I thought you might like. Thanks so much for watching.